Think outside the box. Students, co-workers, people that work for you, laborers, prisons, family, socially deprived. And by the way, it was the principle of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions to make dawah to your family first. And I want to share a very beautiful story with you. I grew up and my father said to me, son, I don't know what I believe. As you know, I was preaching when I was 10 years of age. And I just could not fathom that a person didn't know what they believed. And you know, all of us, when we're 10 years old, we think our father and mother are old. It doesn't matter if they're 30 or what their age is, we think they're old. My father and I had a sort of rocky relationship for many years. But after I became a Muslim, and he saw what we tried to do with our family, and he saw us pray, he and my stepmother became Muslims. My father became a Muslim at about the age of 70 and died at 73. And the reason that he became a Muslim is because he saw how we lived. I don't say that to pat myself on the back, but that's what he told me. He would come to our door and he saw us in sujood. He wouldn't come in the house. I said, Dad, this is your house. My house is your house. Please come on in. You're not going to disturb us. He said, I could never do that, son. I had the fortune of performing my dad's janazah prayers in diapers when I had cancer in 2003. So everywhere is a place to make dawah, except bars. But almost every place you can make dawah. I want to talk about indirect methods of dawah because we do have introverted and extroverted personality types. Okay. Letters. Write your family letters. Particularly if you're a revert or a convert, write your family letters. You may be in a family that's got some Hindus in it and some, you may be from a country where you have a lot of different religions in your family. Write your family letters and say, I got to tell you that I have found peace in my life. Write and share with your family. Books. There's some great books out there. What is it called a cup of tea, Naran? The God of All Things is one. Now these are not heavy books, but it is a seed. It's a seed. So you may give them a book to read. If somebody is very intellectual, I often give them the Quran and science because that intrigues them. So there has to be some wisdom. Not all people are alike. Not all audiences are alike. Write articles in the newspaper if you're a good writer. When I went to North Carolina, after living in Los Angeles and South Africa, 6 years in each place, I came back to the town where I was a preacher. And guess what I did? I started writing in the newspaper. I wanted people to know about Islam. I didn't hide. Put Qurans in the public libraries. Donate Qurans. If you're an introvert and you're not comfortable going out and talking, I'm just giving you a whole lot of ways to do it. Artistic works. If you're an artist, draw calligraphy. Draw something that represents Islam and give it, donate it to the city. Have it in the mayor's office. Have it in the city hall. Donate your artwork to the local library, to the university. People see that artwork and they say, wow, what is that? A student happens to be standing over here and they say, oh, well, that's Arabic calligraphy. It comes from the Quran. Really? That's beautiful, man. That's an opportunity for indirect dawah. Cartoons, films, if you're a filmmaker, if you know how to make videos, radio, TV, DVDs, poetry, and give translations. You also have to have strategies. You have to speak their language. You know, I'm over the hill now. I turned 50 this year. So when I address young people, I address them differently when I'm addressing a senior citizen group at the Mayflower retirement home in Winter Park. Gear your communication to the cultural and educational background of the persons you're addressing. Don't talk to everybody alike. Diversity must be respected. Be proactive. Take the initiative to take the message to the people rather than allow CNN and NBC to define Islam. We as American Muslims, and what I mean by American Muslims are those people that were born here, were raised here, or converted here, those people that immigrated here and plan to retire here. They are American Muslims. They're not going anywhere. We need to take responsibility to define Islam in America. And the only way we're going to do that is when we get busy doing dawah. More about strategy. Be educated and have your proofs. The truth will prevail over falsehood. Sit down and show people from the Quran. This is the only presentation I can ever remember in my life making. That everything I said, I didn't give you the proof from the Quran or the proof from the Sunnah. But I agreed, Imam Yahya and I had agreed before that he would do the Quranic part because actually, I'll tell you, I like to hear him recite Quran and in my own selfish reasons, and I would do the in the trenches stuff because I have been doing it for many years. Never take a reactive, aggressive, or defensive stance. Oftentimes, I see people making dawah, they become frustrated, they get angry, and the Prophet said, don't go near to anger. You are not going to impress me if I meet you and you want to sell me something and you get angry. If the rainbow vacuum cleaner man comes to my house to sell me a rainbow vacuum and he gets angry when he's there because I don't take his first pitch, I don't want him to stay there. Don't waste time warding off ill-meant attacks. The Quran says, say peace to the ignorant. Where do we start? Tawheed and practice. Emphasize the cornerstone of Islam, Tawheed. Avoid matters of differences or unclear issues. One of the saddest things for me that I see in my 22 years of being a Muslim is that Muslims are more concerned about methodology than they are relationships. They're more concerned about the issues than they are relationships. And this is one of the things that we really need to heal in ourselves. When I look out there, I should see my Muslim brother and sister, as Imam Yahya said, that I am tender to, that they know I love you for the sake of Allah, and may He who has caused you to love me, love us more. That's what we're supposed to say to each other when we greet each other. The greatest love is to love somebody for the sake of Allah. As I said earlier, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam started in secret. He called his relatives first, Arabs second, and then the rest of the world.